What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So one of the things that I like to preach on here is don't ever listen to a person and take what they say as the gospel or the absolute truth. Not even me. Don't even do that. That's why I love when one of my subscribers, Scorpio, he fact checks me a lot because sometimes I make mistakes talking. I might say the wrong year. I might be off by a little bit with something because I'm often going by memory and I kind of segue into different things when I'm talking and I'm going by memory and we're not perfect. So never take what anybody says as the gospel. Do your own research. I preach that. Please do your own research. And don't always believe everything you read. So there's an article that I'm referring to that I saw on Fadeaway World where it says that only 3 power forwards in the history of the league have won the NBA Finals Award, right? And it said the 3 were Giannis Antetokounmpo, the other one was Tim Duncan, and the other Dirk Nowitzki, right? And I knew something was off with that. And they do a good job describing each year, the impact that each one of them had when they won the Finals MVP. But I said, somebody is missing from that list. And then it occurred to me, it's Cedric Maxwell. But I know it's throwing people off because when they're doing internet searches, when they're researching these articles, because a lot of people didn't actually watch these players play, or definitely didn't watch Maxwell, they see him listed as a small forward. So they say, oh, well, see, he was a small forward. But when he came to play with the Boston Celtics, he moved to the power forward position. When he was with Boston, for all those years he played there, I think 7 years, when he was there in Boston, he played power forward. Bird played the small forward position. It was Cedric Maxwell who was the starting power forward during the first few years of the Larry Bird era in Boston. It was around 85 when Kevin McHale, who was coming off the bench, finally moved into the starting position. And they traded Cornbread Maxwell, I think, to the Clippers sometime around 85 or so. I think they traded him to the Clippers. But Cornbread Maxwell, moving this damn fan. But Cedric Cornbread Maxwell won 2 NBA championships with the Boston Celtics. And he won a Finals MVP in 1981. As a matter of fact, I believe he is the only Finals MVP right now to not be in the Hall of Fame. That's eligible as far as retirement. He's the only one, if I'm not mistaken. He's the only one that's eligible. That's probably going to change when Andre Iguodala retires because I can't see Iggy going to the Hall of Fame. If Iggy goes to the Hall of Fame, and this is not a knock on Iggy, but if Iggy goes to the Hall of Fame, they're going to have to start opening up the books for a lot of different players, man. I mean, they're going to have to start putting in a lot of other players in the Hall of Fame, starting with Walter Davis, and Kevin Johnson. I don't give a damn what the fuck he did or allegedly did. And let's be honest, too. Let's be honest. If the Finals MVP was a thing since the 1940s, then from the top of my head, 2 other power forwards would be on that list. Those being Bob Pettit and Neil Johnston with the then Philadelphia Warriors, Neil Johnston won 3 consecutive scoring titles for the then Philadelphia Warriors in the mid-1950s. But, I think it's just those 2. But anyway, Cornbread Maxwell played power forward, man, so that article is not correct.